Welcome back to Kapp Tech. We are glad to have you back and hope you are all safe and doing well. This episode is entitled, The Search for the Silver Lining in 2020. And we dedicate it to anyone impacted by the crappiest year that most of us can remember. Well, if it makes anyone feel any better, here's a few other crappy years from the past that should give 2020 a run for its money. First, I'd like to acknowledge that roughly 66 million years ago my own world went to crap when a meteor crashed, but I'm going to try and focus on more recent history here today. Year 542 saw the start of one of the most devastating plagues in human history. The plague that tore through parts of the world between 541 and 542 led to an estimated 30 to 40 million deaths. This means that around a quarter of the world's population was wiped out over just 2 years. Year 783 saw millions of deaths from starvation in large parts of Asia. An estimated 11 million people starved between 1783 and 1784 in the famine. Year 1347 marked the zenith of the Bubonic Plague in Europe and some of Asia, with around 60% of all Europeans dying agonizing deaths. In 1520 Europeans brought the smallpox virus to the Americas. In 1601, a volcanic eruption in Peru actually helped cause millions of people to starve in Russia, and many more had to endure a summer with no sunshine. If you think that was just a one-off, 1816 came to be known as the year without a summer, as volcanic ash covered skies around the world, causing starvation and misery. Do we have a plan for when this happens again, since history always repeats? I'm not sure, but at least we have the global seed vault now and cloning technologies. 1919 brought peace, but millions of people also died from Spanish flu, and in hindsight, it can be argued that the First World War was only put on hold for 20 years. 1933 was a bad year for millions, affecting many unemployed Americans struggling to live through the Depression. In more recent times, 2001 and 1968 were no pittance either. So now that we at least have some context, let's look at the top 5 ridiculous side effects of a year that most of us would rather forget. Starting our list at number 5, the WHO drinking game. In this game, whenever you can watch a documentary or newscast, and whenever anyone says the words World Health Organization, you have to do a shot and angrily yo at the TV. You can play this game with whoever you like, because nobody will know for sure if you are angry at the World Health Organization or if you are angry because the US is diminishing ties to the World Health Organization. Just yell. And don't get bogged down in the details here. Next at number 4, the sprinkling phenomenon. This is also called dusting in the South according to my recent guest. However, it should not be confused with crop dusting, which is an entire other thing. In sprinkling, a person, typically a female, creates a gift bag for another female typically, and then sneaks by their house and leaves them the gift before ringing the doorbell and sneaking away. It's also very common to Facebook the shiznit out of this entire process. Now theoretically guys could sprinkle as well, but it should be noted that if you bring somebody beer as a sprinkle, it would not be customary in these circumstances to stay around actually and help them consume the beer. I'm not an expert on this, but it appears you sprinkle them with the gift itself and not with any of your time. There also appears to be some gray area on if a sprinkle could include cash or not. At number 3 we have floating karaoke. Similar to Cash Cab, this game allows unsuspecting boaters to choose between singing a song of their choosing or doing a shot. Amazingly, some of my guests will choose to do both. Since pictures are worth thousands of words, please enjoy this highlight reel of floating karaoke. Okay, after that one, I'm actually surprised that you are still around to hear number 2 on our list. Number 2 is called the mask loophole and is also best described in video. This one has to do with the need to wear masks into businesses during this pandemic. Only there is a loophole here, because these signs don't usually say which kind of mask you have to wear. Check out our footage. Okay, wonder what could top that and round out the list at number 1? In Portland there is now naked protesting. True story. Not a ton more to say on this one, except for me to encourage you to read up on this one further. Again, I'll just reiterate here. I'm not making this up. Anyway, thanks for watching Kapp Tech. As always, please remember to like, share and comment to this video. And please subscribe to Kapp Tech. Be safe out there, everybody.